How to control your thoughts and become the master of your mind. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have for the creation of good in your life, but if not used correctly, can also be the most destructive force in your life. Your mind, more specifically, your thoughts, affect your perception and therefore, your interpretation of reality. I have heard that the average person thinks around 70,000 thoughts a day. That's a lot, especially if they are unproductive, self-abusive, and just a general waste of energy. You can let your thoughts run a monkey, but why would you? It is your mind, your thoughts. Isn't it time to take your power back? Isn't it time to take control? Choose to be the person who is actively, consciously thinking your thoughts. Become the master of your mind. When you change your thoughts, you will change your feelings as well, and you will also eliminate the triggers that set off those feelings. Both of these outcomes provide you with a greater level of peace in your mind. I currently have few thoughts that are not of my own choosing or a response from my reprogramming. I am the master of my mind, so now my mind is quite peaceful. Yours can be too. Who is thinking my thoughts? Before you can become the master of your mind, you must recognize that you are currently at the mercy of several unwanted squatters living in your mind, and they are in charge of your thoughts. If you want to be the boss of them, you must know who they are and what their motivation is, and then you can take charge and evict them. Here are 4 of the squatters in your head that create the most unhealthy and unproductive thoughts. 1. The inner critic. This is your constant abuser. He is often a conglomeration of other people's words, many times your parents' thoughts you have created based on your own or other people's expectations. Comparing yourself to other people, including those in the media. The things you told yourself as a result of painful experiences such as betrayal and rejection. Your interpretation creates your self-doubt and self-blame, which are most likely undeserved in cases of rejection and betrayal. He is motivated by pain, low self-esteem, lack of self-acceptance and lack of self-love. Why else would he abuse you? And since he is actually you, why else would you abuse yourself? Why would you let anyone treat you this badly? 2. The worrier. This person lives in the future, in the world of what-ifs. He is motivated by fear, which is often irrational and with no basis for it. Occasionally, he is motivated by fear that what happened in the past will happen again. 3. The reactor or troublemaker. He is the one that triggers anger, frustration, and pain. These triggers stem from unhealed wounds of the past. Any experience that is even closely related to a past wound will set him off. He can be set off by words or feelings. He can even be set off by sounds and smells. He has no real motivation, he has poor impulse control and is run by past programming that no longer serves you, if it ever did. 4. The sleep depriver. This can be a combination of any number of different squatters, including the inner planner, the rehasher, and the ruminator, along with the inner critic and the worrier. His motivation can be as a reaction to silence, which he fights against. Taking care of the business you neglected during the day. Self-doubt, low self-esteem, insecurity and generalized anxiety. As listed above for the inner critic and worrier. How can you control these squatters? How to master your mind. You are the thinker and the observer of your thoughts. You must pay attention to your thoughts so you can identify who is running the show. This will determine which technique you will want to use. Begin each day with the intention of paying attention to your thoughts and catching yourself when you are thinking undesirable thoughts. There are 2 ways to control your thoughts. Technique A. Interrupt and replace them. Technique B. Eliminate them altogether. This second option is what is known as peace of mind. The technique of interrupting and replacing is a means of reprogramming your subconscious mind. Eventually, the replacement thoughts will become the go-to thoughts in the applicable situations. Use Technique A with the inner critic and worrier and Technique B with the reactor and sleep depriver. For the inner critic. When you catch yourself thinking something negative about yourself, calling yourself names, disrespecting yourself, or berating yourself, interrupt it. You can yell, in your mind, stop. No, or, enough. I'm in control now. Then, whatever your negative thought was about yourself, replace it with an opposite or counter thought or an affirmation that begins with I am. For example, if your thought is, I'm such a loser, you can replace it with, I am a divine creation of the universal spirit. I am a perfect spiritual being learning to master the human experience. I am a being of energy, light, and matter. I am magnificent, brilliant, and beautiful. I love and approve of myself just as I am. You can also have a dialogue with yourself with the intention of discrediting the voice that created the thought, if you know whose voice it is. Just because so-and-so said I was a loser doesn't make it true. It was his or her opinion, not a statement of fact. Or maybe they were joking and I took it seriously because I'm insecure. If you recognize that you have recurring self-critical thoughts, you can write out or pre-plan your counter thoughts or affirmations so you can be ready. This is the first squatter you should evict, forcefully, if necessary. He riles up the worrier. The names you call yourself become triggers when called those names by others, so he also maintains the presence of the reactor. He is often present when you try to fall asleep, so he perpetuates the sleep depriver. He is a bully and is verbally and emotionally abusive. He is the destroyer of self-esteem. He convinces you that you're not worthy. He's a liar. In the interest of your self-worth, get him out. Eliminate your worst critic and you will also diminish the presence of the other three squatters. Replace him with your new best friend who supports, encourages, and enhances your life. This is a presence you want in your mind. For the worrier, prolonged anxiety is mentally, emotionally, and physically unhealthy. It can have long-term health implications. Fear initiates the fight or flight response, creates worry in the mind and creates anxiety in the body. You should be able to recognize a worry thought immediately by how you feel. The physiological signs that the fight or flight response of fear has kicked in are increased heart rate, blood pressure, or surge of adrenaline. Shallow breathing or breathlessness. Muscles tense. Use the above stated method to interrupt any thought of worry and then replace it. But this time you will replace your thoughts of worry with thoughts of gratitude for the outcome you wish for. If you believe in a higher power, this is the time to engage with it. Here is an example. Instead of worrying about my loved ones traveling in bad weather, I say the following, I call it a prayer. Thank you, Great Spirit, for watching over. Thank you for watching over his/her car and keeping it safe, roadworthy, and free of maintenance issues without warning. Thank you for surrounding him/her with only safe, conscientious, and alert drivers. And thank you for keeping him/her safe, conscientious, and alert. Smile when you think about it or say it aloud, and phrase it in the present tense. Both of these will help you feel it and possibly even start to believe it. If you can visualize what you are praying for, the visualization will enhance the feeling, so you will increase the impact in your vibrational field. Now take a calming breath, slowly in through your nose, and slowly out through the mouth. Take as many as you like. Replacing fearful thoughts with gratitude will decrease reactionary behavior, taking the steam out of the reactor. For example, if your child gets lost in the mall, the typical parental reaction that follows the fearful thoughts when finding them is to yell at them. I told you never to leave my sight. This reaction just adds to the child's fear level from being lost in the first place. Plus, it also teaches them that mom and/or dad will get mad when he or she makes a mistake, which may make them lie to you or not tell you things in the future. Change those fearful thoughts when they happen. Thank you, your choice of higher power, for watching over my child and keeping him safe. Thank you for helping me find him soon. Then, when you see your child after this thought process, your only reaction will be gratitude, and that seems like a better alternative for all people involved. For the troublemaker, reactor, or overreactor, permanently eliminating this squatter will take a bit more attention and reflection after the fact to identify and heal the causes of the triggers, but until then, you can prevent the reactor from getting out of control by initiating conscious breathing as soon as you recognize his presence. The reactor's thoughts or feelings activate the fight or flight response just like with the worrier. The physiological signs of his presence will be the same. With a little attention, you should be able to tell the difference between anxiety, anger, frustration, or pain. Increased heart rate and blood pressure, surge of adrenaline. Shallow breathing or breathlessness. Muscles tension. I'm sure you've heard the suggestion to count to 10 when you get angry. Well, you can make those 10 seconds much more productive if you are breathing consciously during that time. Conscious breathing is as simple as it sounds, just be conscious of your breathing. Pay attention to the air going in and coming out. Breathe in through your nose. Feel the air entering your nostrils. Feel your lungs filling and expanding. Focus on your belly rising. Breathe out through your nose. Feel your lungs emptying. Focus on your belly falling. Feel the air exiting your nostrils. Do this for as long as you like. Leave the situation if you want. This gives the adrenaline time to normalize. Now you can address the situation with a calmer, more rational perspective and avoid damaging behavior. One of the troubles this squatter causes is that it adds to the sleep depriver's issues. By evicting, or at least controlling the reactor, you will decrease reactionary behavior, which will decrease the need for the rehashing and ruminating that may keep you from falling asleep. Master your mind and stop the reactor from bringing stress to you and your relationships. For the sleep depriver, he's made up of the inner planner, the rehasher, and the ruminator, along with the inner critic and the worrier. I was plagued with a very common problem, not being able to turn off my mind at bedtime. This inability prevented me from falling asleep and thus, getting a restful and restorative night's sleep. Here's how I mastered my mind and evicted the sleep depriver and all his cronies. 1. I started by focusing on my breathing, paying attention to the rise and fall of my belly, but that didn't keep the thoughts out for long. Actually, I now start with checking my at-rest mouth position to keep me from clenching. 2. Then I came up with replacement strategy that eliminated uncontrolled thinking, imagining the word in while breathing in and thinking the word out when breathing out. I would, and do, elongate the word to match the length of my breath. When I catch myself thinking, I shift back to in, out. With this technique, I am still thinking, sort of, but the wheels are no longer spinning out of control. I am in control of my mind and I choose quiet. From the first time I tried this method, I started to yawn after only a few cycles and am usually asleep within 10 minutes. For really difficult nights, I add an increase of attention by holding my eyes in a looking up position, closed, of course. Sometimes I try to look toward my third eye, but that really hurts my eyes. If you have trouble falling asleep because you can't shut off your mind, I strongly recommend you try this technique. I still use it every night. You can start sleeping better tonight. You can also use this technique anytime you want to. Fall back to sleep if you wake up too soon. Shut down your thinking. Calm your feelings. Simply focus on the present moment. Becoming the master of your mind. Your mind is a tool, and like any other tool, it can be used for constructive purposes or for destructive purposes. You can allow your mind to be occupied by unwanted, undesirable, and destructive tenets, or you can choose desirable tenets like peace, gratitude, compassion, love, and joy. Your mind can become your best friend, your biggest supporter, and someone you can count on to be there and encourage you. The choice is yours. Why you suffer from constant fatigue and how to deal with it. With our busy, always-on lives, it seems that more and more of us are facing constant tiredness and fatigue on a regular basis. For many people, they just take this in their stride as part of modern life, but for others the impact can be crippling and can have a serious effect on their sense of well-being, health, and productivity. In this article, I'll share some of the most common causes of constant tiredness and fatigue and give you some guidance and action steps you can take to overcome some of the symptoms of fatigue. Why am I feeling fatigued? Fatigue is extreme tiredness resulting from mental or physical exertion or illness. It is a reduction in the efficiency of a muscle or organ after prolonged activity. 1. It can affect anyone, and most adults will experience fatigue at some point in their life. For many people, fatigue is caused by a combination of lifestyle, social, psychological and general well-being issues rather than an underlying medical condition. Although fatigue is sometimes described as tiredness, it is different to just feeling tired or sleepy. Everyone feels tired at some point, but this is usually resolved with a nap or a few nights of good sleep. Someone who is sleepy may also feel temporarily refreshed after exercising. If you are getting enough sleep, good nutrition and exercising regularly but still find it hard to perform, concentrate, or be motivated at your normal levels, you may be experiencing a level of fatigue that needs further investigation. Symptoms of fatigue. Fatigue can cause a vast range of physical, mental, and emotional symptoms including chronic tiredness, exhaustion, or sleepiness, mental blocks, lack of motivation, headache, dizziness, muscle weakness, slowed reflexes and responses, impaired decision-making and judgment, moodiness, such as irritability, impaired hand-to-eye coordination, reduced immune system function, blurry vision, short-term memory problems, poor concentration, reduced ability to pay attention to the situation at hand. Causes of fatigue. The wide range of causes that can trigger fatigue include medical causes. Constant exhaustion, tiredness, and fatigue may be a sign of an underlying illness, such as a thyroid disorder, heart disease, anemia, or diabetes. Lifestyle-related causes. Being overweight and a lack of regular exercise can lead to feelings of fatigue. Lack of sleep and overcommitting can also create feelings of excessive tiredness and fatigue. Workplace-related causes. Workplace and financial stress in a variety of forms can lead to feelings of fatigue. Emotional concerns and stress. Fatigue is a common symptom of mental health problems, such as depression and grief, and may be accompanied by other signs and symptoms, including irritability and lack of motivation. Fatigue can also be caused by a number of factors working in combination. Medical causes of fatigue. If you have made lifestyle changes to increase your energy and still feel exhausted and fatigued, it may be time to seek guidance from your doctor. Here are a few examples of illnesses that can cause ongoing fatigue. Seek medical advice if you suspect you have a health problem. Anemia. Anemia is a condition in which you don't have enough healthy red blood cells to carry adequate oxygen to the body's tissues. It is a common cause of fatigue in women. Having anemia may make you feel tired and weak. There are many forms of anemia, each with its own cause. Anemia can be temporary or long-term, and it can range from mild to severe too. Chronic fatigue syndrome, CFS. Chronic fatigue syndrome, CFS, is a condition that can cause persistent, unexplained fatigue that interferes with daily activities for more than 6 months. This is a chronic condition with no one-size-fits-all treatment, but lifestyle changes can often help ease some symptoms of fatigue. 3. Diabetes. Diabetes can cause fatigue with either high or low blood sugars. When your sugars are high, they remain in the bloodstream instead of being used for energy, which makes you feel fatigued. Low blood sugar, glucose, means you may not have enough fuel for energy, also causing fatigue. 4. Sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is a serious sleep disorder where sufferers briefly stop breathing for short periods during sleep. Most people are not aware this is happening, but it can cause loud snoring and daytime fatigue. Being overweight, smoking, and drinking alcohol can all worsen the symptoms of sleep apnea. 5. Thyroid disease. An underactive thyroid gland means you have too little thyroid hormone, thyroxine, in your body. This makes you feel tired and you could also put on weight and have aching muscles and dry skin. 6. Lifestyle-related causes of fatigue. Common lifestyle factors that can cause fatigue include lack of sleep, too much sleep, alcohol and drugs, sleep disturbances, lack of regular exercise and sedentary behavior, poor diet. Workplace-related causes of fatigue. Common workplace issues that can cause fatigue include shift work. Our body is designed to sleep during the night. A shift worker may confuse their circadian clock by working when their body is programmed to be asleep. Poor workplace practices. This may include long work hours, hard physical labor, irregular working hours, such as rotating shifts, a stressful work environment, boredom, or working alone. Workplace stress. This can be caused by a wide range of factors including job dissatisfaction, heavy workload, conflicts with bosses or colleagues, bullying, or threats to job security. Burnout. This could be striving too hard on one area of your life while neglecting others, which leads to a life that feels out of balance. Psychological causes of fatigue. Psychological factors are present in many cases of extreme tiredness and fatigue. These may include depression. Depression is characterized by severe and prolonged feelings of sadness, dejection, and hopelessness. People who are depressed commonly experience chronic fatigue. Anxiety and stress. Someone who is constantly anxious or stressed keeps their body in overdrive. The constant flooding of adrenaline exhausts the body, and fatigue sets in. Grief. Losing a loved one causes a wide range of emotions including shock, guilt, depression, despair, and loneliness. How to tackle constant fatigue. Here are 12 ways you can start tackling the causes of fatigue and start feeling more energetic. 1. Tell the truth. Some people can numb themselves to the fact that they are overtired or fatigued all the time. In the long run, this won't help you. To give you the best chance to overcome or eliminate fatigue, you must diagnose and tell the truth about the things that are draining your energy, making you tired or causing constant fatigue. Once you're honest with yourself about the activities you're doing in your life that you find irritating, energy draining, and make you tired on a regular basis, you can make a commitment to stop doing them. The help that you need to overcome fatigue is available to you, but not until you tell the truth about it. The first person you have to sell on getting rid of the causes of fatigue is yourself. One starting point is to diagnose the symptoms. When you start feeling stressed, overtired, or just not operating at your normal energy levels, make a note of how you feel, what time of day it is, what may have contributed to your fatigue, how your mind and body reacts. This analysis may help you identify, understand, and then eliminate very specific causes. 2. Reduce your commitments. When we have too many things on our plate personally and professionally, we can feel overstretched, causing physical and mental fatigue. If you have committed to things you really don't want to do, this causes irritability and low emotional engagement. Stack these up throughout your day and week, then your stress levels will rise. When these commitments have deadlines associated with them, you may be trying to cram in far too much in a short period of time. This creates more stress and can affect your decision-making ability. Start being realistic about how much you can get done. Either reduce the commitments you have or give yourself more time to complete them in. 3. Get clear on your priorities. If working on your list of to-dos or goals becomes too overwhelming, start reducing and prioritizing the things that matter most. Start with prioritizing just 3 things every day. When you complete those 3 things, you'll get a rush of energy and your confidence will grow. If you're trying to juggle too many things and are multitasking, your energy levels will drop and you'll struggle to maintain focus. Unfinished projects can make you self-critical and feel guilty, which drops energy levels further, creating inaction. Make a list of your 3 most important tasks for the next day before you go to bed. This will stop you overcommitting and get you excited about what the next day can bring. 4. Express more gratitude. Gratitude and confidence are heavily linked. Just being thankful for what you have and what you've achieved increases confidence and makes you feel more optimistic. It can help you improve your sense of well-being, which can bring on feelings of joy and enthusiasm. Try starting a gratitude journal or just note down 3 things you're grateful for every day. 5. Focus on yourself. Exhaustion and fatigue can arrive by focusing solely on other people's needs all the time, rather than worrying about and focusing on what you need and want. There are work commitments, family commitments, social commitments. You may start with the best intentions, to put in your best performance at work, to be an amazing parent and friend, to simply help others. But sometimes, we extend ourselves too much and go beyond our personal limits to help others. That's when constant exhaustion can creep up on us, which can make us more fatigued. We all want to help and do our best for others, but there needs to be some balance. We also need to take some time out just for ourselves to recharge and rejuvenate. 6. Set aside rest and recovery time. Whether it's a couple of hours, a day off, a mini break or a proper holiday, time off is essential to help us recover, recharge, and refocus. Recovery time helps fend off mental fatigue and allows us to simply kick back and relax. The key here, though, is to remove ourselves from the daily challenges that bring on tiredness and fatigue. Here's how. Can you free yourself up completely from work and personal obligations to just rest and recover? 7. Take a power nap. When you're feeling tired or fatigued and you have the ability to take a quick 20-minute nap, it could make a big difference to your performance for the rest of the day. Napping can improve learning, memory and boost your energy levels quickly. This article on the benefit of napping is a useful place to start if you want to learn more, how a 20-minute nap at work makes you awake and productive the whole day. 8. Take more exercise. The simple act of introducing some form of physical activity into your day can make a huge difference. It can boost energy levels, make you feel much better about yourself and can help you avoid fatigue. Find something that fits into your life, be that walking, going to the gym, running or swimming. The key is to ensure the exercise is regular and that you are emotionally engaged and committed to stick with it. You could also walk more, which will help clear your head and shift your focus away from stressful thoughts. 9. Get more quality sleep. To avoid tiredness, exhaustion, and fatigue, getting enough quality sleep matters. Your body needs sleep to recharge. Getting the right amount of sleep every night can improve your health, reduce stress levels and help us improve our memory and learning skills. My previous article on the benefits of sleep you need to know will give you some action steps to start improving your sleep. 10. Improve your diet. Heavy or fatty meals can make you feel sluggish and tired, whilst some foods or eating strategies do just the opposite. Our always-on lives have us reaching for sweets or other sugary snacks to give us a burst of energy to keep going. Unfortunately, that boost fades quickly, which can leave you feeling depleted and wanting more. On the other hand, whole grains and healthy unsaturated fats supply the reserves you can draw on throughout the day. To keep energy up and steady, it's a good idea to limit refined sugar and starches. Eating small meals and healthy snacks every few hours throughout the day provides a steady supply of nutrients to body and brain. It's also important not to skip breakfast. Eating a balanced diet helps keep your blood sugar in a normal range and prevents that sluggish feeling when your blood sugar drops. 11. Manage your stress levels. Stress is one of the leading causes of exhaustion and fatigue, and can seriously affect your health. When you have increased levels of stress at work and at home, it's easy to feel exhausted all the time. Identifying the causes of stress and then tackling the problems should be a priority. My article on how to help anxiety when life is stressing you out shares 16 strategies you can use to overcome stress. 12. Get hydrated. Sometimes we can be so busy that we forget to keep ourselves fully hydrated. Water makes up about 60% of your body weight and is essential in maintaining our body's basic functions. If we don't have enough water, it can adversely affect our mental and physical performance, which leads to tiredness and fatigue. The recommended daily amount is around 2 liters a day, so to stay well hydrated, keep a water bottle with you as much as possible. The bottom line. These 12 tips can help you reduce your tiredness and feeling of fatigue. Some will work better than others as we are all different, whilst others can be incorporated together in your daily life. If you've tried to make positive changes to reduce fatigue and you still feel tired and exhausted, it may be time to consider making an appointment with your doctor to discuss your condition. Phra Thee. Wat Florida Dhamma. 2421 Old Vineland Rd. Kissimme, Florida 34745.